Highlander, you may recall, was once the subject of our tale. And now with dirk and kilt and all, he's back on Robin's trail.
Carry your quiver, sir.
No. I prefer to carry it.
Huh? You want lodging, sir?
Can I have a room to myself?
Well, that'll cost extra.
I'll pay. I must keep a watch on my arrows. I'll just put them where I can see them while I wet my throat.
Did you make that, sir? It's one of the finest I've ever seen.
It should be. I'm a master Fletcher. The greatest, people have been kind enough to say, in Europe. After years of experiment, I've managed to combine a wood from the Black Forest in Germany with the feathers of a goose, which is found only in the Iberian Peninsula. Together they make the truest arrows in the world. These 80 are a present for your sheriff.
Fletcher can afford to give presents to the Sheriff of Nottingham.
Once he's tested them, he'll give me a standing order to equip all his men.
May I have a look at that remarkable shaft?
Do you know much about arrows?
Oh, I've handled a bowstring or two in my time. For sport, of course. Yeah, very fine work. Well, I must be on my way. It's getting to be dusk. The Sheriff of Nottingham, you said?
That's right.
Thank you, Master Fletcher.
Don't bother to look for more arrows. That bag is full of brushwood.
So I just found out.
You thought I was taking 80 fine shafts to the Sheriff of Nottingham? No, Master Robin. You are Robin Hood, aren't you? You fit King Richard's description.
King Richard?
I am Baron Mornay, from His Majesty's headquarters in France. It was the King's idea that the best way to find you would be to pass myself off as a Master Fletcher and boast about my arrows at the Blue Boar Inn.
Yes, that sounds like Richard. You'll forgive me if I ask you for more assurance than that, however. Thank you, my Lord Mornay. And what does King Richard want of me?
To undertake a mission for him, to King William the Lion of Scotland. King William has agreed to pay 500 gold crowns to release him from certain obligations he owes to Richard. The money is needed urgently for the campaign in France. There's only one problem: how to collect it. No ordinary courier could do it.
So, King Richard wants me to go to Edinburgh.
And not to Edinburgh. William the Lion is hunting at Inverlochy. You'll have to pass through the wildest part of the Scottish Highlands.
A region I've always wanted to visit. But will the Scots king hand over the gold to an outlaw?
Here are documents to establish you as a nobleman of the realm. And this, of course, is the royal seal, so that you can accept payment in the king's name.
Good. There's only one thing wrong with traveling as a nobleman.
What is that, pray?
I always like to have my longbow within reach, and noblemen don't carry them.
Nor do they travel without an attendant. Take a trusted man with you. He can carry the bow.
I know the very man. A cheerful companion, a shrewd head. Well, the exercise will do him good.
Robin, in the name of the blessed St. Cedric, how much more of this do we have to endure? Moses was scarcely any longer in the wilderness than we've been in this bleak and barren land. Do you realize it's 2 days since we've seen a living soul?
I really hope we have the same luck on the way back when we're carrying King William's gold.
The young one's some kind of an English laird from the looks of him.
Aye.
And the other one certainly had his fair share of good living. That doesn't mean to say they're carrying any valuables worth the robbing, though.
Goes against the grain to slit a man's gullet and then find there's no shilling in his purse. Come on.
What sort of daft trick talk is that? Hasn't our Duncan told us often enough that the man who won't take every opportunity that's offered him isn't fit to be a Highland outlaw?
Oh, we were only wondering, Meg. Neither one of them seems to be carrying any sort of purse.
They're riding horses, aren't they? 2 weeks' supply of stew meat. On with you snivelling cowards. Drag them to the ground before they know what struck them. Go on!
This one nearly got away.
Search him.
If it's money you're looking for, take it and welcome. This is an old Scottish custom, pouncing on travellers.
Less than 2 shillings.
Not a penny. Nothing but writing.
Hold them till we're back at camp. Our Duncan kens his letters. He can say if there's aught to them.
Duncan? Are you outlaws? Are you part of Duncan of Stoneykirk's band?
And if we are, what's it to you?
Well, he's a friend of mine. He came to visit me in England 2 years ago.
That's a likely tale. If Duncan was ever in England, which I don't admit, mind you, it was not for the purpose of social visiting.
No, he came there to see me. I'm an outlaw, too. I'm Robin Hood. Of Sherwood Forest, near Nottingham.
And I'm the Queen of the Isles. What would Robin Hood be doing here in the Highlands?
Why not take us to Duncan? He knows who we are.
Oh, no need for that. I know for a fact Robin Hood is upwards of 7 feet tall.
And with arms like oak trees. And there's no man in the world can pull a bow to match him.
Nor hit a mark as true. Well, you've heard how Robin Hood can shoot an arrow, haven't you? You know that he's the greatest archer that ever lived.
Steady, Tuck. There's nothing to be gained by bragging.
I'm thinking about how we can prove to these people who you are. Now, you seem to be in charge here, young lady.
I'm not a lady. I'm an outlaw lass, as any dolt can plainly see. My father was an outlaw, and my grandfather was an outlaw.
Your family tree interests me vastly, but at the moment, all I want to know is if my friend can have his bow and arrow to show you that he is the one and only Robin Hood.
Shall I give it to him, Meg?
Watch out for a trick.
Don't worry, I'll hold my ski and do to his back.
They say Robin Hood can hit the bull's eye at 100 yards or more.
Of course he can, lots more.
Well, on a still day, when the light's right.
Just like today, in fact.
You have complete faith in him?
Complete and absolute. I've never known him to miss.
Good. We'll make the test and have ourselves a canty bit of sport into the bargain. If you hit the mark, we'll take you to Duncan. If you miss, well, it's but fair you should pay a forfeit.
Well, of course. What's to be the forfeit?
You are.
What?
Stand him over there and put a piece of fruit on his head. We'll see if the master bowman can shoot it off.
You're a porky lass, Meg. I'll set the target.
Hold on. Now, wait a minute. Even the greatest archers sometimes make mistakes.
You said he couldn't miss.
I know. To call that a quince? Why, in England we grow fine, large fruits.
All our fruits are we here in the Highlands, and we didn't have o'er much sunlight.
Look, is there no other way of proving that?
No. Can you do it or can you not?
I think I can.
Oh, Domine, salve nos.
Stand as still as you can, Tuck.
Do you think I'm shaking on purpose?
brave lad.
Bonnie shooting, Rob. Climb on your horse and we'll walk you back up the brae to see our Duncan.
But I can't ride while you go on foot. No. You take my horse.
Oh, why not?
Because I'm a man and you're a woman.
You'll not be wanting to speak to her that way in front of Duncan.
And why not?
Because Meg's his own dear lass, and he would not have her spoilt.
Well, Robin, laddie, it's a rare pleasure to have you stop with us, but you've not told us what it has brought you to Scotland.
No, I haven't, have I?
No. Of course, if it's a private matter, don't speak a word. I have no wish to bear the burden of another body's secrets.
Then we'd better say that Friar Tuck and I are here on a confidential mission.
Aye. I like a close-mouthed man.
So do I. Oh, and Duncan, I'd like to have your promise that no one will breathe a word of our presence here in Scotland. Can you vouch for the rest of your men?
To a man. I swear it by the sacred dirk of my clan. A bit more to eat, Friar Tuck?
Oh, I couldn't. I haven't been so full since we left England.
That'll be the lads loosening up. You care for some exercise?
That's a long way to throw a rock that big. Are they trying to get it over the edge?
No. As close to the edge as possible without it going over. You care to try it? Very good for the digestion.
Oh, not me. I can scarcely move. I could sleep on solid rock tonight.
You will. There's plenty of it. Take your choice. Come on, laddie. I'll find a rock your size.
Will you excuse us, Mistress May?
What for? Oh, by all means. Charmed.
Charmed. Huh. All right. Oh, that's very good.
What happens if he lets it go over the edge?
He's got to go down the mountain and fetch it back. We need them up here at night for pillows. All right, you shot, laddie. Go on. Give him a look.
Yeah.
Oh, very good, very good. Now, let's see what we can do with that one.
I'll stick to my bow.
No. You'll have another shot. You did very well for a beginner. Come on.
Oh, I think we better get some rest. I've got a long journey ahead of me in the morning.
Oh. Robin, if I knew the general direction you were heading, it's likely, I could give you some good advice on the best way to take.
Yes, I suppose you could. But then you'll be bearing part of the burden of my secret. No, Duncan. We'll leave in the morning on our own. Thank you. Good night.
Snooping on a fellow outlaw.
Quiet, lass. Wasn't he snooping in our territory without so much as a by your leave? Aye, it's worse than I thought. It's a blot on the whole outlaw trade. Dealing with that lowland pretender, King William. The Lion. Well, friend Robin has a lesson to learn if he thinks he can take gold out of Scotland without Duncan of Stoneykirk getting his share. I'll be waiting for him at Ben Lagan Pass. Back to me.
After 15 years, the homage I was forced to pay to Henry of Anjou has been wiped out.
I'm sure that all true Englishmen and all true Scotsmen will be pleased with the news. Now, if we have your Majesty's permission to start on our homeward journey...
By all means, Lord Locksley. That's a great deal of money to be carrying so far. I hope you don't run into any trouble.
Well, we travel as inconspicuously as we can.
Unfortunately, this part of my kingdom is plagued with outlaws. Do you have that problem in England?
I've never had any trouble with them.
Godspeed.
Your Majesty.
I want that gold back before nightfall. Take 10 of your men, dress them as Highland outlaws. No matter which route the Englishmen take, they must go through Ben Lagan Pass.
Aye, my lord.
Ben Lagan Pass. We've made pretty good time. We're entitled to a rest.
We are indeed.
As soon as we get down to the valley, we'll stay off all roads and paths and make our own trail.
Why? There's no reason to suppose that anyone's after us, is there?
When you're carrying a fortune, you don't need any other reason to be careful. What's that?
Hold there!
Outlaws! They're behind us, too.
Better leave the horses and take cover. Run for those rocks. 4 arrows left. Won't buy us much time. Storm us from both sides at once.
Is it Duncan's men?
I don't think so. I can't recognize any of them. Brace yourself. Here they come.
Gracious heavens, what's that? That's Duncan's band! Be careful, Duncan!
Easy, don't try to move.
Oh, where's Duncan?
He and his lads are chasing our attackers. Listen, I want you to take the money bags from this chest and hide them under your clothes.
All right. Who are we hiding them from?
We are hiding them from our rescuers.
Surely you don't think...
Oh, yes, I do think. Duncan didn't happen this way just by chance.
What are you going to do?
Pick flowers.
Take care, lads. Well, Hobie, we arrived just in time.
But not for poor Tuck.
Eh?
It was one of your rocks that killed him.
Oh!
But I don't hold that against you.
Poor man. But it's only the blessing of fortune that you weren't both slain by those rascals and robbed. Aye, robbed. Whatever it was they were after. Do you know who they were?
They looked like outlaws.
No, lad, they were not. You could tell by the way they wore their tartans they weren't even Highlanders. They were soldiers of King William.
Are you sure of that?
Oh, aye, we took a confession from one of them. Lad William's a treacherous man, Robin. He sent them after that box you're carrying.
Aye, and dressed them up as outlaws so that you'd get the blame. Well, that's worthy of our Prince John. Poor Tuck.
I will all be as poorly off as he is if we don't get moving. If I know our king, he'll be sending a whole army to take us when he hears what's happened.
Where can we go?
To my camp for now. I need your horses to carry my wounded lads. You can lie low there with your box as long as you've a mind to.
Well, no, thank you, Duncan. I can't leave Tuck.
I tell you, we've got to go now.
No, I can't. I must give Tuck a decent burial.
Oh, well, then we'll make a letter for him and carry him with us to camp, though it won't be an easy journey. Davy! Malcolm!
Aye, Duncan.
You look to be a heavy man alive, but I couldn't have believed you'd be this heavy. We'll drop in our tracks if we carry him any further.
Then let the rest of us bear a hand. I must see him buried properly.
No, Robin. The going gets harder all the time from here on. But there's a hermit in that hut there. Maybe we can give him something to bury the friar and say a few prayers.
Oh, very well. But I have scarce but a few pennies on me.
A few... You're a great joker, laddie, but under the circumstances, I don't mind to providing the coin. Hey, Hermit! Come out!
I'm coming.
Come here. We have here the body of a good man, a holy friar, who met with an unfortunate accident. I'm asking you to undertake to bury him and commend his soul to the good Lord. For a wee remuneration.
It shall be done.
Good.
Farewell, old friend.
Oh, well, he'll be well taken care of. He died of Creochanarach. An honourable death. The old hermit would scarcely have come to terms so quickly had he known what you have in that box.
Oh, why'd you say that? Is he interested in wild flowers?
Robin, laddie, you're not expecting me to believe that, are you?
Would you like me to open the box now?
Plenty of time when we get to camp. But it's a rare sense of humour you English have. A rare sense of humour.
6 full feet under, remember. That's canon law.
It's a shabby feast to do honour to the poor friar. But it's the best we can do.
Will you have any more?
No, thank you. I must be on my way.
Wait a minute, laddie.
Duncan means the custom he learned from you in Sherwood.
Oh, and what was that?
Aye. What indeed, lass?
The guest pays for the dinner with half of what he has on his person.
On my person?
Yonder chest.
That's all right, lass.
And you'll be satisfied with that? Once I've given you half the contents of that chest, I'll be free to go with my horses.
Both of them?
Aye, both of them.
Ah, well, Robin, Natty, I'll no quibble. Meg, fetch a chest. Malcolm, get the horses ready for our guest. Robin, you drive a hard bargain.
Well, then I'll take my half and leave the rest for you. Meg, you're the bonniest lass I was ever captured by. Goodbye, Duncan.
You haven't got any further use for those, have you?
Oh. No?
Then if you will pardon a small sentimental gesture. Requiescat in pace.
Robin Hood, riding through the glen. Robin Hood, with his band of men. Feared by the bad, loved by the good. Robin Hood, Robin Hood.